Hi guys, Sam again, and I am going to be doing a comparison video on the DualShock 4, DualShock 3 and Xbox 360 controller. So, I don't have an Xbox One, guys, so don't judge me on that one. Xbox One is not my cup of tea. Right, let's jump straight into it. So we will start with, let's start with the Xbox One. Right, first thing you'll notice is that this doesn't have its pads. I've always hated pads because they're very, very slippery, and when you're getting sweaty, they'll go like that off, even if it's got this thing. Now, on the Xbox 360 controller, there is a lot of resistance, I notice, which is what people say about the PS4. But I feel like this is much more comfy, even if it did have resistance, but this one is like very, loose and hanging. The Xbox has a giant button in the middle. I mean, look at that. You can't miss that. If you miss that, you're kind of blind. The bumpers are very good because they have at the top there that you can hold, have it there, or full-on press, or you could just, just tap it like this. Just anything you want. But on the new Xbox One, I have seen that it is one piece of plastic all the way across, so you cannot press it there. You have to press it on the ends. So this causes an outburst from the Xbox people, mockery from the PlayStation people. I am PS person, but I will play Xbox 360, as you can see, because I have an Xbox 360. But I would not buy the Xbox One with my own money because it is a bit too much. And I'm not making money, guys. So kind of get that out there. I did pay for the PS4 with my own money, so anyway. Now, the annoying thing about the Xbox 360 is they've always loved a battery pack. I haven't got any batteries in there, but they love battery packs. So they have to be battery powered, but they never like to be chargeable. Except on the new ones where they use this. They use that to put that and charge directly into the power line, but you're not allowed to take it off. You have to keep it charged. But however, on these two controllers, they have got the slot to plug it directly into the consoles and keep it on charge free there. Or you could just go and play without it. Now, I think the charge would be better on this than it is on this. Because you can also notice that I have also taken the pads off these, because I really don't like pads. I don't know what it is, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that on these, because I like these pads. They're very grippy. These ones were very slippery, because as you can see, it's raised. If I do that, see the raised bit there? And if you look on there, it's completely flat, and you look there, it's dipped in. So it's this and this together to create this. That's what it is. Because this is nice and chunky, which is what everyone's complained about. They said that this was too small, too flimsy, breakable. I mean, it is very, very breakable. I've battered this one to hell, but it was a very good controller. I prefer this over the Xbox. The Xbox was very, very chunky. It's very, in your face. And the battery pack here, you always get your fingers nudging on it. It was a very big issue, so that was a big issue. The buttons, well, they're just exactly the same. They're not much different. You can't really complain about them. I didn't like this either. On the Xbox, the D-pad is one button, like that, to go around. If you look on the DualShock 4 controller, it is all separate buttons, but usually they all move together. And it is the same story on the DualShock 3, separate buttons. And this makes it better because if one of these breaks, the rest still work. If this breaks, the whole thing broken, and it's raised. This is flat in the controller, and the buttons are coming out. The whole thing is raised out of the controller, and they have made it different. They've made it into the controller on the Xbox One, and the Xbox One, I admit, is a really big jump from the Xbox 360 because I liked the Xbox 360 only for indie games, but now PS4's got that, so you're not alone there, Microsoft people. Now, the Xbox was like very, very, very problematic. I mean, I never had like a problem where it would just shut down, but I did have a problem with consoles. Xbox One shut down a lot. Xbox 360, sorry. Xbox One, they probably will have those problems, but the Xbox 360 had something called the free death rings. For people who don't know what that is, it's just basically the shutdown of the machine. Death. The machine is dead, there is no way of fixing it. There's a handful of people who have fixed theirs because if they know someone, depends on the problem. What I did is I broke the motherboard on mine and I needed a new one, got that redone, and it's now working perfectly. I've got the oldest Xbox, so that's even worse. But the new Xbox who've had a death ring, I've never heard of someone who's had a death ring and had a serious problem with it, like the whole system broke and they would never get it back from that. So the death rings is a really big problem. The PlayStation, the PS3, the Slim, from Slim onwards, never had a problem with it. You never had any kind of issue like that. On the first ever PS3, you did have a problem called the two red lines, because it's got two lines for the on button. You did have the two red lines, but no one had that really. I think one in 100 people had that. It was a very big thing, but it, no one really had it. It's really like a small time issue anyway. So, that's all the controllers. If I was going for a personal opinion, I'm going to be totally biased on this though, because this is for consumer advice. Total biased. If it was me, I love the Xbox dip bit here, but I love the kind of feel of this. So this plus this equals this, and that's what I love about the new DualShock 4 is that they've made it way better. And that light bar there, oh my god, that is like sexy piece of kit there. And the triggers, as you can see, are much better. They've made it go up into a dip, so you can press it down a bit more. These ones you kind of slid off. It's like kind of flat, like curved downwards instead of upwards is what you need. Because so when you're playing a game and you've say you got a shooter game and you've got to shoot like on GTA 5. You have to go like that and then shoot, you would go like that and your finger would slip off. And if you were playing a driving game, you'd hold that for so long and it would slip like that and you'd come off. This one, however, I haven't played this yet because we're going to be doing that after. This, I feel like my finger won't slip, that's going to keep on down until I lift off. And lift like that. And there is a little tiny resistance, I feel, but that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing, so that you're not going all the way down, because that could break it, because I did break this, I had to get this repaired. So, and the buttons are much better, like much more, reactive, like better going, like snap to it kind of thing. I love the speaker, which is not on the Xbox One controller, it's only on the PS4, and the PS4 doesn't just come with their own earphone thing, they also have a headphone 3.5mm jack right there, which will give you access to any of your any headphones you have with you, and also you can connect up to a headset, any bog standard headset that will fit that slot. So any headset you have that fits that slot, you can just put them on and work like that. And I have a big pair of headphones and I love wearing them. And so it means that you can play games even when your parents have gone to bed and you want to just have a bit quiet. So instead of having it come out the TV, you could just turn the TV down to mute and have it just come out your controllers into your things without stretching the wire out. So that's a very, very good piece of kit there, and it's also got the Bluetooth sensors and everything in there, so that you can connect it up to your phone even really well, better than you could with this one, which was very, very glitchy. But this one is much better, I believe, as well, with the numbering system. If you see there, it's got 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then with 1 and 2 for free player and so on, and had two things lighted up to add to that. The PS4 has done a better system where, if it was that, see it goes like a white colour there when it flashes, but when it goes to, but when you're player 1 is blue, player 2 for instance is red, and green, and then yellow, and it keeps going on like that until everyone has got their own specific colour, which is amazing, really, because everyone's just like, oh, I'm a colour instead of a number. So it's much better than just having like that. And I believe, I haven't checked this out because we don't know yet, so I can't give you very good consumer advice on the Xbox One, but I can give you on the 360. On the 360, their old move was 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I think I've never gotten to 7 player, but I think it was the exact same kind of thing that it was on the Sony, except it was in the middle of the controller instead of the end, like this, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, so it is a bit. So they have that. I think they've done the exact same thing on the Xbox One, but with their new Kinect system, you can go into the thing and it will recognise you straight away by who you come in as. So that is a very good system. They also have a trigger rumble, so that when you press the trigger, if you're getting shots from that side, that trigger will vibrate. Sony do not have that rumble feature, but they do have is the light center bar will flash red or do a certain kind of red effect to show that you are being shot in a game, which is very cool, because you're like, and it shows your level. It goes slightly more red when you're on low health and you need to revive. So you think, am I dying? I got red health, I need to go and heal up. So that is a very good feature. And it also has a vibration sensor that when you tilt the device to the side, everything feels like it's in this side, like this side of the controller, and you do that and it's all in this side. That is on the PlayStation Playroom on the PS4, which I will be getting soon. I have not received that yet, which is a little bit annoying me. Waiting for all these things. But I've got to say, I was thinking at first, is it worth the wait? And I can safely say, yes it is. I've not even played the thing yet, but looking at this tech, it is well worth the wait. I mean, that controller is like one of the best things I've ever seen. It's a brilliant piece of kit, and I would very hope that you would get the PS4 for very good reasons. Now, it will be in the video in a minute, but we are done looking at controllers. I would like to give you a consumer advice on the PlayStation 4 versus the Xbox One. There is feature differences between the Xbox One and the PS4, but the PS4 is cheaper, for one thing. Even when you have everything, all the extras on top, it is still much cheaper. Even with a game, it's still cheaper. In every way you look at it, it's still cheaper if you've got the Xbox One equivalent of what you've got on the PS4. So it's, but Xbox people would say that does not matter. But it does make a huge difference if it's coming up to Christmas now, because this is when the consoles are coming out, and it's getting a lot, more difficult to get the money. So it is a bit of a thing. But I'd say the features, I love the features on an Xbox One. I'm normally a Microsoft person, but I do love the features on the Xbox One. For instance, the feature where on the Kinect, where you just walk into a room and it will know who you are by your account, and you can say, show my stuff, and it will show you stuff. I mean, I have the original Xbox Kinect, but I do not have, obviously I don't have the second one, because I don't have the Xbox One. I know I keep saying that, but it is only really, the only issue is money. If I had all the money in the world, I probably would buy both consoles, so I could show you both, what they're both like, but I do not have that, so. Anyway, that has been the comparison on the DualShock 4, DualShock 3 and Xbox 360 controllers. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment. I'll be making a lot more videos soon, so thank you and bye. Hi guys, Sam again, doing a setting up of the console and loading it up on the screen. I might do a couple of features depending